Welcome back to the second session summary of the Life Tools group through YouthNet. This week we focused on stress response and our calming mind. As I mentioned in the previous session, after each meeting you'll have a 2 to 3 minute video that kind of explains what we did today and within the group during our second session, and you'll also receive a 1 to 2 page written summary of any resources, additional supports about what's going on. So during the first meeting, we recapped the 5 parts to ourselves, which includes looking at our school, our activities, our family, our body, and our friends. And we discussed the importance of each part and how they tie into our values. We also talked about how knowing good things about each part in ourselves is important to our mood, our emotions, and our feelings, and the work that we do as being a kid and adults. The second tool that we reviewed was being vivid. So talking about being valuable, imperfect, vulnerable, immature, and dependent. And those are some that we will continue to review. And it reminds us that children are not little adults. The next tool that we discussed was our 3 good things. So 3 good things is a daily activity in which a person thinks back about their day and identifies 3 things that were positive or good things that happened. And it can be anywhere simple from playing with friends, eating your favorite food, having a joke together as a family, or doing well on a school assignment. But everything counts as those 3 good things. Today, during our second meeting, we completed our calming in activity. We reviewed our 3 good things, and we started to explore different parts of our brain. So, big fancy words that we included the amygdala, and we used the amygdala, hippocampus, and prefrontal cortex and how they play a role in our daily lives. They influence our stress, our decision making, and our problem solving skills. We used football examples to help us remember the different roles of our brain and how they may react to a stressful situation. We then talked about how the quarterback is like our prefrontal cortex. It pays attention and makes good decisions. The blocker is like our amygdala, so it keeps us safe. It helps us express our emotions. And then the hippocampus is like the coach. It helps store in those memories, important information that we can use later. So I would encourage your children to talk about their different parts of their brain, the different areas, and how they could use those 3 different areas throughout their week, and a discussion of when maybe they could have used those a little bit better. Next, we talked about how skills and stress kind of play a role in how we feel when we're stressed and how our brain can shut down at times. We used an example of kind of, a shaken up glass with a bunch of confetti inside of it and how it's swirling around, and that's kind of how our brain is. It's hard to think when all that's going on, but if we take a moment to kind of use our calming activities, breathe and settle down, we notice that all the confetti and chaos moves to the bottom, and we're able to think a little bit more clearly. We also reviewed our tools for the previous session that included, again, as I mentioned, the myself, I am vivid, and our 3 good things. Try out tools for this week, and it's not like homework. There's no grade. It is just for you to consider using in your home, and if it makes sense for your family, after trying it kind of for a week, to keep using it. And we talked about when the tools are used at home, they become habits. And the more that we practice habits, the more it becomes part of their lifestyle and helps them be successful in their daily activities in the future. So try out number 1. Invite your child to share the parts of their brain and their functions. The amygdala, like the blocker, the prefrontal cortex, like the quarterback, and the hippocampus, like the coach. Create a discussion about when their prefrontal cortex, they made a good decision. They did a nice job following through. Second tryout, ask your child to talk again about the parts to themselves. Identify what they like about each part, and for you to give them also examples of areas that they see that they're doing a really nice job or that you're proud of, the strengths that they have. Tryout number 3, review those 3 good things. Again, when asking about their day, they may say, I don't know, nothing. And that's okay, but just kind of review saying, in your homework packet, I saw you got a B, or I noticed you laughing and smiling during that TV show. Pointing those out helps them show that you're noticing their good qualities and the strengths that they have, and helping them notice them as well. Lastly, thank you again for your interest and support in the Life Tools group here at YouthNet. We know that you have a huge impact on whether your child will help use these tools and practice them, and we greatly appreciate your support. Feel free to contact YouthNet if you have any questions or concerns. Thank you.